don't fret yourself. Don't don't jump to something and work it through. And
Yes.
a very good voice.
Mm.
But if I'd have been married,
Yes.
if I'd been married before or divorced, then the chances of that would have been finished
Mm.
because she'd already gone through something.
Yes.
And
Well,
the only thing, she wasn't really a homer.
mm.
In other words, home wasn't nothing special.
Mm.
But a love, and you couldn't have found anybody to better be with. But a
Mm.
home life,
Yes.
if my sister said, "You want to marry that?"
A beautiful woman.
But
Yes, indeed.
underneath, when she wanted to be, they said you wouldn't have found anybody much better.
Yes, all right.
But that's how it came about.
Yes.
And she knew somebody that I used to go to school when he was a top.
All right.
And he's gone now, Johnny.
Yes.
And his mother worked in Brox, which is down here.
Aye.
And then he's supposed to have got a sister that lives in Hurst Green.
Yes.
Who was a nurse, but I don't know what her married name is now.
Right there. Yes, people's coming and going all the time.
Well, we just don't know. But there's one there, and then there's a Peter Bowen. He passed away, and they lived in Waldenham. Anyway, so I was talking to his wife, Peter's wife, and he said he talked about you a lot.
Yes.
And he said you came down and saw him. He was disabled towards the end.
Oh.
And what he said, she said his sister's still around there somewhere.
Yes.
But I haven't run into her, so that's another one to find.
Yes.
But we known each other when we was this high.
Aye.
Eh?
Very young. Yes.
But Peter, at first, she said, was a bit like me.
Yes.
You know what she said? He used to have a bit of fun. How are you? And he used to take his cap off. And she said, and his cap, and she said, I never forgot it. And she said, he idolised you.
All right.
And that was Peter Bowen. But what I
You
mean
know,
is, and he passed away a little while ago. But what I'm saying is basically,
yes,
I would like to see if I could find his sister.
Family.
She worked in the hairdressing trade, and his sister, I was told, they all moved to Hurst Green, but where, But I'm trying to find. I tried to find out from Peter who she is, but I've got to go down to Hurst Green. I know where his wife is.
His wife.
But and she said, and he had another brother, but he passed away in round Nutfield somewhere. He had a nasty accident, and that was Michael. But like you said, but Peter taking his cap and his polite way, you think, and I used to see him on different routes. By God, no one would ever think what a remarkable man. He was like that.
Yes, sir.
And but he idolised you, she said. But he said he never forgot you. And that's Peter.
All right.
So, I mean, I've had some good friends, and I've known them since I was a top.
Yes, that's awesome.
And then I used to go to Marden Farm. That was Marden Park Farm there, and we had a dairy, and his father, that cottage is still there.
All right.
And then one day we were going for
all right.
We was going to on the road, and we say, this is nice and quiet, we'll have 5 minutes here. So what I done, I've gone round the places where I want, and I put a pinch around here, and then I'm going to, then the other half, the other part will go in the memorial. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Your Borum family, yes.
But what I mean is, what a remarkable family,
Yes, true.
But you never forget them, because I've got that in. But I like to feel I can find his sister,
Yes.
But I probably will. I mean, Hurst Green, it's funny, they all moved from wide out. They're either around here somewhere.
Yes. That's the place they say. I'm very happy if you move over. Move to another house, move to another place.
Moved out the way.
Where do you want to be moving to?
You.
Where do you want to be moving to?
I ain't moving anything.
Why do you want to be moving to a new flat, new house, new place?
I'm not moving anything.
Why?
Because I don't want it.
Well, that's terrible. You have to move to another place, fun, other places.
No, not at the moment, I don't.
Oh, perhaps you want to be more happier moving to another place.
No, I don't think it will be. To me, it'll be a lot of work.
Oh, perhaps you want to be happier.
But what I'm saying is, Anyway, I found something like that. I know the area too well, so it's like back of my hand.
Yes.
I'm a bit like my uncle in Taunton, and he never left Taunton, and
All right.
he went down to Devon to see his daughter. But his home is in Taunton, and their memorial is in Taunton today.
That's awesome.
They never left it.
That's awesome. Yes. All right.
And it's a little place called Corfe, but you wouldn't heard it. It's just under the motorway now.
So you want to go visit down there?
And anyway, the farm that they had a nasty explosion in the firebox in the grate, and the house got burnt down. Anyway, it's built another place down there.
Yes.
But the lane is still called Whitfield Lane, and after the house they had in Gloucestershire.
Yes.
And it's still called Whitfield was a village where my mother was brought up in Gloucestershire.
Oh.
But where they are now, it's something called a park now.
A park.
Where the house is now.
Yes.
So
Right.
I mean, it's different, but the place still exists.
Yes.
It's known as the Drover's Cottage. I don't know who's living in there now, but I found out. My sister told me there's a few places.
Yes.
Anyway, and but like you said, I don't know whether I should ever get down there, but
Is that the you made?
But like you said, I'm glad that I got to the little church and I saw some relation to my great my great grandmother
Yes.
had two children that never made it, and their memorial is still there to the church in today.
All right.
We don't know. They didn't have names because they were born too early, and the name never got there.
All right.
But I'm glad that I saw it. I was with my mother then at the day, and that's why I said
Yes.
it's coming back, and that's the last time we ever visited the village or whatever.
That's good. That's good.
But and she was glad because she saw the little memorial, but
Yes.
it's got the name of them,
Yes.
but there's no names to the two children. It's strange.
Oh, my condolences. That's so sad. So
That
sad.
is sad, really. But like you said, and then of course the other side, and then he did daft things in the end, and nobody knows what happened to him. And
Yes.
and the family of him are down in Erith today,
All right.
so they don't know what happened to the dad or whatever it is. It must be.
No, this is just.
It's one of those things in life. They gave me a lift home from Bristol one day when I was coming back. They said, "Where you live?" So I said, "Drop me down near the Godstone, and I'll find my way home." I did after that,
All right.
rather than go all the way half around the motorway. But that's the last time I ever saw him.
Oh,
There's nothing up Bristol now. I mean, that's long gone. But I'm glad I got that way through,
yes.
But how we all got in that car, I don't know. And the two girls, they went their own way,
Yes.
But
Oh, no.
I was going to drop at Reading and come home by train. But
All right.
But anyway, I'm not going to go into detail on that. All I've got to do is make sure all this other lot's right.
It's 10:30. Do you like Benny Hill?
What?
Benny Hill.
Yeah, well, he's very good, yeah.
Yes, this is Benny Hill.
He's clever how he does it.
Very Hill.
How he managed to do. Oh, God, there's a bit of saucy in that. Huh?
Well, there's nothing in these years. Benny Hill is the best. It's still the best Benny Hill.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
There she is.
United Kingdom is very proud. There is nothing. There's no sex, there's no porn, there's nothing. Benny Hill is the only one who is fun. But the other things, nothing.
And do you know the Dirty One?
Who?
It was another comedy thing. And do you know
What is called?
something? And they stopped it because the scene wasn't much good.
Well,
But
Benny Hill?
everybody asked, it's Popeye the Sailor Man.
What? What is
And
it?
it's a stupid thing, but they banned everything on it because the
Yes.
way he said it.
What
and
is
that-
called? What is called?
Popeye the Sailor
Ah,
Man.
Popeye the Sailor Man. Oh, Popeye the Sailor Man.
I know, but what do you